welcome to Switzerland. It's finals day here at the Swiss Open. We're at the Jakobshall Arena in the very charming city of Basel, which plays host once again to this Grand Prix Gold event. It's the 26th year Basel has held the Swiss Open, and in that time the event has been a favourite of all of the world's top players. It's a very busy month right now in the badminton calendar with Grand Prix Gold events in Germany, Swiss and New Zealand, and of course the All England Super Series premiere just last week, before the players head out to India for another Super Series event. And well, of course, it's the race to Rio. As we start to near the Olympics in August, players are being very selective about which events they feel they can pick up most ranking points and which events they feel they need a rest. So we're here at the Swiss for finals day, and we've got an incredible lineup in front of us. First up is the women's doubles. It's Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Naito. They took out the number one seeds Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei earlier in the week, and they'll be looking for their first win over their Japanese teammates Naoko Fukuman and Kurumi Yonao. HS Pranoy is up in the men's singles. He got through a very narrow semi-final yesterday. He's up against Marc Schwiebler of Germany, who's having a fantastic week himself, and I think the bookies would have him as favourite for this men's singles title. Wang Yihan is up in the women's singles. She's the number 3 seed and strong favourite. She's up against the unseeded junior, 18-year-old Chinese teammate, He Bingzhao. He Bingzhao, the giant killer. She took out the number 2, the number 6 and the number 5 seed. On her way through to this final, she's up against the number 3 in Wang Yihan. I'm very excited about how that one's going to play out. The mixed doubles sees Thailand pair Bodine Isara and Savitri Amitrapai. They're up against more Chinese youth in Wang Yilu and Chen Qingchen. Chen Qingchen is one of the most exciting players in the world to watch in women's doubles and mixed doubles, in my opinion. I can't wait to watch her in action once again. And last but not least, it's the Danes Kim Astrup and Anus Rasmussen. They're up against a pair from Taipei, Li Shengmu and Tsai Chia-sin. I think Taipei would probably have that match on paper, but the Danish pair haven't dropped a game all week and are very capable of some big performances. So again, a great lineup. It should be a great day of finals here at the Swiss Open. The crowd just warming up here. We've had para-badminton demonstrations so far this morning with the Swiss players out, the wheelchair players, which entertain the crowd. And as we get underway, it's the officials, an umpire and service judge making their way to the court now. It's the women's draw up first. You can see there Matsuo and Naito up against Japanese teammates Fukuman and Yonao. It's going to be a very close match, this first one. Japan versus Japan. Japan women very strong in doubles at the moment. Doing very well at the All England last week. And perhaps an outside bet for the Olympic title. It's always been China dominating women's doubles over the last few years, but Japan really coming into their own in recent months. And these two pairs are nothing short of spectacular. I think we can see some very long rallies, potentially a very long match in front of us here today. These two pairs met just last week, actually, in the All England. I think it was the last 16. Fukuman and Yonao are 3 up in the head-to-head. I'm sure we'll see that in a moment. And they beat their teammates in the round 16 on Thursday. The umpire, Miss Bastian of Switzerland, just doing the coin toss.
Das sind diejenigen in den blauen T-Shirts. Sie sind 30 Jahre alt und bereits erfahrene Spielerinnen. Im Viertelfinale haben sie
As we see there, Naito warming up. She was incredible yesterday in the semi-final, very strong at the rear of the court. Certainly the most powerful player on court. It'll be interesting to see how often they're able to adopt that attacking formation with her partner Matsuo dominating the net. Both around 30 years of age. They're currently ranked number 12 in the world and the number 5 seeds here at the Swiss Open. Their route to the final has been relatively straightforward. Their quarterfinal was the toughest match against the number 1 seeds. Zhao Yunlei and Tian Qing caused them a problem in the first game. 27-25 was that one. And Japan coming through the second game, 21-16. Their semi-final yesterday was a little more comfortable. Kurumi Yonao, the oldest player on court at 36. They're currently number 11 in the world and the number 3 seeds. They've beaten their opponents here today 3 times in international history, and I'm sure they'll be favourites to win this match. Naoko Fukuman was featured in the mixed doubles semi-final yesterday as well. Unfortunately, they lost that match, but very capable women's doubles players. There was a walkover in round 1 for them, so a comfortable start to the tournament. They took out the Danes in straight sets in the second round, 21-12, 21-18. And their quarterfinal was also against China, 21-15, 21-19 against Qing Chen and Ye Fan. A tough semi-final yesterday, however. They lost the first game, 21-19, but they came through 19 and 12. Yes, there's that head-to-head. Again, seeded 3 here. Fukuman and Yonao. I think they'll be favourites to once again take this title away from Matsuo and Naito. It was interesting to see Matsuo and Naito in action yesterday. Matsuo showed us a few... Well, she was having trouble with her forehand in the mid-court and in defence. Nothing wrong with the backhand defence, but anything driven fast and flat at Matsuo's forehand was causing a few problems. But when she was able to step forward and take the net away from her opponents and set up her taller partner, Naito, who could really rain down the smashes, it was very effective tactic for them. So let's see if they can get into that rhythm and assert some pressure over Fukuman and Yonao in orange. It's Fukuman to serve as we get underway. Fukuman and Yonao pretty excited by that unforced error. I think they're very up for this match. Oh, that's great. Great awareness and great touch from Matsuo. Yeah, interesting to see Naito step forward then. I would have expected her to play that block to the net and allow her partner Matsuo to take the net in their preferred formation, but she stepped forward and it was Matsuo with the error from the rear court in the end. Oh, great accuracy there. From Kurumi Yonao. That smash straight down the tram lines. Just kept it in. That was unlucky from Fukuman. She read that very well and stepped forward, but a few signs of nerves, perhaps. Very early on in this game still. Great from Matsuo. Anticipated that so well and stepped forward to play the push straight into her opponent's body. The 3 times these pairs have met has always been very close. Their last meeting in England last week finished 21-17 to Naoko Fukuman and Kurumi Yonao. That was the second round. Good defense from Naito then. A little fortunate perhaps. She got away with that error at the end, but it was good reactions to get out of the way. And again, good pressure there, really, just to maintain the attack. Fascinates me in women's doubles how controlled they are and how movement's so important. Rallies typically go on a bit longer than other disciplines in badminton, and it's fascinating. You can find the opening, bit of skill perhaps, some kind of extraordinary shot. Especially with teammates who must play against each other so often.
Great smash. Straight down the middle of the pair who, again, it's that left and right-handed combination that does cause a little confusion. The communication as to who's going to take the front, who's going to take the back. When you've got both forehands in the middle of the court, it certainly caused a little problem there. It's great to see how much this means to Fukuman and Yonao. Quite simply a good serve and a mistake on the return, and yet both players so animated in celebration. Great defense. That smash right across her body. And just the ability to keep the rally going was enough. In the end, the error from Matsuo.
6-0.
Yeah, that one. That was a great return of the smash. And again, right down the middle of the court. Both backhands in the middle this time. And just that small bit of confusion between partners. Enough to give Fukuman and Yonao the advantage. The net cord there,
7-6.
making Fukuman react late and force the error. Pretty close so far at 7-6. These two pairs have had to play a third game decider twice then, the All England just last week, but also earlier last year in the Malaysian Masters. Again, it was Fukuman and Yonao who took the third game 21-18. The first two sets, in fact, were 21-23, 22-20. And so, really not much between these two. That was great from Fukuman. The cross-court smash followed in very well. Big smiles on the faces. It was Naito really that looked a bit too casual in that backhand clear. She didn't seem to put everything into it, and it was a bit short. Encouraged her opponents to smash down twice. Oh, this is great stuff. Great defense from all four players. It's just who can find the opening. The cross lifts from all of them, really, in defense of a smash. So accurate, such good length. And again, Naito with the backhand clear, just not getting the length, but they managed to stay in it. This is the longest rally of the day so far. In fact, longest rally of the tournament, I bet. And again, it's that middle of the court push. Calls Fukuman and Yonao to react late this time. And the error into the net. A great tactic in doubles, of course. Play it between your opponents who are both mid-court defending. One of my old coaches used to call it the divorce zone. Club level badminton, you find so many husband and wife pairs or girlfriend-boyfriend pairs who play together. And if you can find that area of uncertainty between the two, it used to cause so many arguments. And he used to call it the divorce zone. It used to lead to so many fights between pairs, between couples. I always found that quite amusing. Good return of serve from Fukuman. She read that short serve well and stepped forward to play the deep push to get the Japanese pair in orange on the attack. The defense of all four Japanese players here, though, so good. You see the momentum swing 3, 4, even 5 times in just one rally. Oh, great power from Yonao. That was nice to see, a little change of direction. Something a bit different. That cross-court slice was good, and the reverse slice straight this time, twice in fact. That was going out, but she kept it in. Oh. Oh, and the same result as last time. These long rallies going in the way of Naito and Matsuo. One flat drive into the mid-court, and it's caused the error once again into the net, this time from Yonao. With the score at 10-8, players taking the opportunity to towel down. Some of these rallies going on an awful long time. You can understand how hard work it is out there. Great cross-court net with the backhand of Matsuo. Gets Yonao and Fukuman on the defensive, and that lift just drifting long. So it's 11-8 in the mid-game interval. The first game to Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Naito. Umpire just getting the players back on court as quickly as possible.
11-8. Play.
We might be in for a very long match here, so good to see the umpire intervening and hurrying play along. The error this time on the smash of Matsuo.
9-11.
I definitely think they're in a better position with Naito in the rear court and Matsuo very sharp, very quick. Very good touch with the backhand at the net. Oh my God. Matsuo and Naito maintaining the pressure, but Yonao and Fukuman's defense is just... and we've seen that so many times already. Today, just a case of keeping the rally going, whatever it takes. From a defensive position, she was on her knees then, but still managed to keep the shuttle in play, and you can see how much it means to Fukuman, who
10-11.
is desperate to take this women's doubles final, it seems. Yeah, even from here I can see cameras and phones using flash photography. It's putting the players off. We saw that quite a few times yesterday. Oh, great defense. It's a great shot to step in on by Fukuman, but Matsuo was wise to it. Oh, and it's Yonao this time, asserting herself at the front of the court with three well-placed shots.
11-0.
Wasn't necessarily the power, but that backhand onto Matsuo's hip forced the weak return and gave her the chance to finish the rally off. Yeah, well left by Naito. It's the change of angle, the cross-court smash that
12-11.
forced her opponent to take it quite late. Oh, it's a great net shot from Matsuo. The drop shot didn't have the pace really, it was too slow. Matsuo was easily able to step in and take that early. This one,
13-11.
no place for a slow drop shot in women's doubles or men's doubles, I'm afraid. Gives your opponent far too much time to step in and own the net. Matsuo played a very tight net shot. And in this instance, that's all it took. 13-11 to the number 5 seeds now. Yeah, well-placed smash, very hard to defend. And again, another well-placed smash, this time from Naito across the body.
14-12.
With Yonao so far back in the court. I think they expected the smash to be down the middle, so the change of angle was a great choice. Oh, this is just great women's doubles. Oh, the clear in the end from Matsuo, just drifting long. Inevitable, really. There's going to be at least a mistake or a mishit or something badly timed at some stage in these long rallies, but I can't help but be disappointed when there's an unforced error in rallies like this, because, well, usually these players are so consistent. Yeah, we've got Naito at the back and Matsuo sort of dictating play from the front, but they've been turned around. Oh, Yano with the error from the rear court. That's 3 or 4 times we've seen that now.
15-30.
From the racket of Yanao. Good defense from Matsuo. Changing the angle, that cross-court lift, just forcing your opponent to move and 17-13 now to the lower seeded pair. This 4-point lead might just be enough to see this first game through. Oh, well placed. That smash from Fukuman right onto the hip. The right hip of Matsuo is so hard to defend.
17.
Yeah. So hard to defend. It's right at the body and it's very hard to move out of the way and put something on that. Again, the change of angle from Naito. Just causing that delayed response. The experience shown through in some of these players. At ages 29, 30, 36. It's well, it's a little unusual, I would say. Certainly at the top level, but what they might lack in speed and power, they certainly make up for in experience and technical ability. Again, another well-placed smash, this time onto the left hip of Naito, the left-hander, and again, very hard to defend. So it's the accuracy rather than the power of the smash that meant it was difficult to get that one back. Oh, that's fantastic from Naito. Again, it was Fukuman and Yonao with the cross court and mixing things up from the rear, but it was very well defended, and Naito with the first opportunity to unleash that big smash, and so well placed down the tram lines. (19-16) now. Naito with the serve. A little bit of luck on the defense of Naito off the frame, but still well in the rally. Not the same luck this time though from Fukuman. Again, that framed shot not coming back. 20-16. It seems this first game is going in the way of Naito and Matsuo of Japan. Yeah, shame there, the unforced error. Great rotation from Naito and Matsuo. Oh, and again, I'd have to say the unforced errors in that game from Yonao, I would say, are probably the reason why Matsuo and Naito took the first game. There was 4 or 5 errors really from Yonao that I think caused the difference. Everything else was pretty equal. 21-16 then, that opening game to Naito and Matsuo. We could be in for a long, long match here though. So let's see how this one pans out. So players back on court, game 2 of this women's doubles final between Matsuo and Naito against Fukuman and Yonao of Japan. Not much between them on paper, not much between them so far in that first opening game, really. A few errors from Yonao, I would say, might have been the difference. But typically the attack and defense of all 4 women out there have been pretty incredible, and some of these rallies really going on for a long, long time. Good smash from Naito. It was the error in defense of Yonao this time. Wasn't the most difficult smash to return. I'd say Yonao just needs to find her zone. Great smash again from Naito. Nothing wrong with the footwork from Yonao. They're so light on her feet. Oh, and Matsuo with the punch clear just drifts long. It wasn't out by much. Both players left it, whether they left it because they knew it was out or whether they were a bit slow to respond, I'm not sure, but in the end it doesn't matter. Two-1 now with Fukuman with the serve. setting up her stronger partner, and again the error from Yonao. She's just having a very slight bad day at the office. 5 or 6 errors unforced in the first game and a couple already in the second. Such a shame, really. The oldest player on court at 36. I don't think age is making much of a difference, but you'd expect her to have the experience that means in a final like this she would play things a little more conservatively, a bit more safe. And that very casual backhand again from Naito. You can tell she really can put a lot more into it, but quite happy to defend. Oh, the shuttle's gone. It's falling apart. It's going to slow down slightly. Let's see if that has an effect on the outcome of this rally. Oh, and well played, Yonao. Just mixing it up with the direction of the attack.
4,
One down the side, one down the middle, and then one down the other side. Yeah, you can see there the feathers falling apart on that shuttle. It would have slowed down slightly, and Yonao maintaining the pressure there to take the point. It's 4-2. Oh, well, Naito running out of ideas, really. Smash after smash. He mixed it up with a couple of clears, and in the end, that defense. Again, it's the backhand of Naito. I think they need to exploit that. Either in defense with that net push, or when she's trying to sort of clear it out of position in defense, she just looks far too casual. And that was an example of a casual backhand which was rightly put away by her opponents. Oh, well played, Yonao and Fukuman getting out of trouble. They were in some trouble in the mid-court, but that was much better from Yonao this time. The drive deep into the forehand corner of Naito, just out of reach. Yeah, she saw the slower smash coming. She stepped forward. And that push with the forehand was very effective. If they're not careful, this one's going to run away with them. I think they seem... I think Naito and Matsuo seem so happy and comfortable that they took the first game. They've relaxed too much. They're letting their opponents run away with it a bit, but that was much better. And again, I wouldn't say it was a forced error. I think Yonao just... We've seen her make a few errors really so far this match. Yeah, the disguise on the drop shot, and it caught the net. Fukuman did well just to retrieve the shuttle, really. And all she could really do was play net to retrieve it, but Matsuo was there in position. Well, great change of angles from all four players, actually. And it was Matsuo and Naito that maintained the pressure and pushed Fukuman into that position. It was great accuracy again from the Japanese. Yeah, that was well played from Fukuman. That's disguise caught them both.
7-5.
She opened up the court and created that opening herself. And again, Yonao with the unforced error, especially in attack.
6-7.
I think she'll be pretty disappointed with some of the errors she's made so far this match. Yeah, it was a good return of serve, and Matsuo took it off her partner, and that lift just drifting long once again. We haven't seen so many of those long, drawn-out rallies in this game yet that we saw in the first. I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Players perhaps choosing to conserve a bit of energy. If this does go to 3, all 4 of them are going to be fairly exhausted, I would say, and we could see some really amazing long rallies. Oh, good defense from Naito. That could have caused some problems on to her left hip. Oh, great cross net, but Fukuman, was it, or Yonao that was equal to it? She read that well. Yeah, Yonao it was. Oh, good defense from Fukuman. Oh, that's unlucky. It was set up well for Fukuman and Yonao. The anticipation was good, but again, the error, unforced error. Yeah, that one, she stepped in well, but just didn't have the end product. Again, second time we've seen that, such a slow drop shot. You're really asking for trouble in level doubles. Her opponents really could have done anything with that, and no surprise. In the end, the pressure was too much. Good return of serve sets up the attack, but good defense from Matsuo. Oh, that's good from Naito. The change of angle. And the cross smash from Yonao, much better. Another change of angle. Takes Fukuman and Yonao to the mid-game interval at 11-8. Yeah, the umpire calling the players back to court as quickly as possible. I don't think it will come as any surprise to anyone. It's pretty tiring work out there in women's doubles.
11-8, play.
The defense of both pairs so good that the rallies go on and on, which is no bad thing for any badminton fan. What a smash from Naito across the body of Fukuman this time.
9-11.
But it was Matsuo with the cross net, actually, that forced the weak reply in the first place. Very well played.
Service over. 12-9.
Oh, great net shot from Fukuman this time. Oh, it's absolutely unreal. The placement of these smashes is just perfect. In the absence of the power that perhaps some of the men have got in doubles, you have to be so accurate and tactically aware as to how to defend and where to move. It's a real lesson in level doubles positioning if you watch these kind of games. Yeah, Matsuo getting tired, as you can see, with those few drop shots. Naito not helping her out at all. The shuttle falling apart. This rally going on forever. Oh, great defense. Okay, let's just see who has the mental strength, the awareness, maybe the confidence to try something a little special to try and end this rally. It has to be the longest rally of the match so far now. Murmurings from the crowd as everyone's in anticipation of who's going to come out on top of this one. And the late call from the line judge. Players asking for Hawkeye. We don't have Hawkeye, of course. Yonao with the smash. Let's see if we can see on the replay. Oh, sorry, it was Fukuman with the net kill.
10, 12.
The line judge called it in initially and then changed his mind. The umpire couldn't be sure and gives the point to Naito and Matsuo. Well, that's unlucky. There can't have been much in that at all. Yeah, great defense from Matsuo, just driving it past her opponent who was stepping in at the net. But the well-placed push onto the right hip again of Matsuo, so difficult to defend, and
13, 10.
this time she wasn't able to keep the shuttle in play. Oh, great defense from Naito and Matsuo. Oh, and the two left and right combination again, the backhands in defense down the midcourt. Again, that lack of communication and a well-placed smash or drive. And you can see on the face of Fukuman again how much it means to her. Naito staring at the floor in frustration there. Something you'd expect them to have worked out by now, playing together for so long. Very experienced players. They could quite simply decide that anything short is one of theirs and anything in the mid or the rear court would be for the other player to defend, but we've seen it a few times so far this match. That middle ground between them exploited by their opponents. 15-10 now, the 5-point gap to Fukuman and Yonao. Oh, great defense from Naito from the floor twice. And she's still going, well played. Oh, but that's drifted wide, what a shame. She just put too much on that defensive forehand drive. We haven't seen that from Naito too much so far. She's having a good match so far. Oh, the change of angle, that was nice. Yeah, that was good stuff from Fukuman and Yonao. The unusual placement of both of those shots, just catching Matsuo by surprise. 17-10, it looks like Fukuman and Yonao are going to take us into a third game. Great touch at the net. Oh, and a bit of luck this time.
18-10.
It seems that the badminton gods are smiling down on Fukuman and Yonao just at the moment. I don't think the scoreline really reflects how close this second game has been, but 18-10. This game at least looks in the bag for Fukuman and Yonao. And the length of these rallies and the intensity in which they're played, I wouldn't be surprised if, especially now, if Matsuo and Naito decide to drop the levels and allow their opponents to end this game quickly, because 9 points the lead. I can't see any other outcome but a third game at this stage. I'm sure they'll want to conserve some energy at least. Yeah, that was well played from Naito. She covered the net very well this time, and it seems there's still a lot of fight left in them in this second game.
11-19.
Yeah, that was a big swing from Matsuo.
20, game point.
A sign of tiredness, perhaps. She didn't move her feet in position and go for the short action to keep the shuttle in play. She just decided it was a bit of a laboured reply. This game in the bag, really. Now for Fukuman and Yonao at
It's over.
20-12.
12-20.
And again, great tactic from Yonao this time. Straight through the middle of her opponent's defense. That brings about the end of the second game. 21-12 to Naoko Fukuman and Karumi Yonao. We're going to a third and final deciding game here. I'm hoping this game lasts all day. It's just been fantastic display of defense and power and stamina so far. This really could go either way. So the interval at the end of the second game, and the crowd starting to fill up now. We're probably 3/4 full. Good to have a bit of music to keep everybody going. I'm not really sure of the actual lyrics of that song, but it sounds to me like they're singing "The Danes are dangerous." Let's see if that's true. We've got the Danes up later. In the men's doubles final, that's last on court. I think they've been put last because they were in the semi-final last night, which went on till about 11:30. So a third game here in the women's doubles final. We've got men's singles up next. Just to remind you, it's HS Pranoy against Mark Zwiebler, and that is a very fascinating prospect. Women's singles directly after all Chinese affair between Wang Yihan and He Bingjiao. And then it's the mixed doubles, Thailand versus China.
Final game. No
But back to the action here. Women's doubles. Third and final game in this Swiss Open final. It's Naoko Fukuman to serve. Here we go. Well, just look at the speed, the intensity level of this opening rally. Compare that to the few rallies at the end of the second game. It seems they had that well-needed break. Everybody full of running again now. Oh, that's fantastic. Turning that smash away on the defense from Matsuo. I think it was Matsuo. Great skill on the backhand. Finding that gap, that big space. Yeah, she made it look easy, didn't she?
Service over. 1, look.
Oh, and again from Matsuo. Turning that smash cross court, but good defense this time from Fukuman. Well, what a rally. That lifts a little short from Fukuman, but the defense was good. Come on, Yonao, yes. That could have caused some trouble. This is so hard to call, this match. Really nothing between them. The first and second games, we saw a few errors from Yonao, but also some incredible attacking play from that pair, and there's really nothing in it. Players taking the pace off. Some slower drop shots and some clears, just trying to gain some energy. Oh, very laboured again from Yonao this time. Oh, well placed, the smash from Naito. Again, anything down the right side of the body of a right-handed player. That smash right onto her hip. Fukuman just not able to retrieve. And after what feels like 25 minutes of the third game already, it's just 2-love. Great return of serve from Fukuman. Oh, the miss hit from Yonao, that smash had too much air, and Matsuo stepped forward well to
1,
punish it.
2. Service over. 3, 1.
My, that was close from Yonao. The angle of the smash causing her to take it very late, and in her efforts to get a good length, it just crept wide. Oh. Again, Yonao just not timing the shuttle as well as she might. A few earlier in the match into the net, and a few in this game so far that just haven't come out as crisply as you'd expect. That was one of them, in fairness. She didn't hit that as cleanly as she could have, but it was very well placed nevertheless. You can tell by the sound that it makes coming off the string that
2, 3.
she didn't really connect. Nevertheless, it was fortunate that it was so well placed. And it keeps them in this third and final game, 2-3. Well, Matsuo perhaps looking a little tired then. Yeah, well played, Naito. And Matsuo set up very nicely.
4, 3.
Now that we're into the third game, I wonder whether we'll see some signs of fatigue. If anything, I would expect Naoko Fukuman and Karumi Yonao to be ever so slightly more tired. Their semi-final yesterday went on 50% longer. It went into a third game.
4,
And also, Naoko Fukuman was in the mixed double semi-final yesterday as well, so I wonder whether she will show some signs of tiredness. She looks fresh at the moment. Great rotation from Matsuo and Naito, and the power of Naito, but well defended by Fukuman in particular. Oh, well played. Well, it's good to see Matsuo and Naito maintain the attack as these rallies progress. Yeah, there we go. I was expecting the clear to come in at some point, just to give themselves a bit of a respite. But the defense of Yonao and Fukuman earlier in this rally was absolutely incredible. Feathers coming off the shuttle, left, right and center. Shuttle's falling apart again. It's going to slow down. Let's see who is wise to it and uses that advantage. Oh, good power from Yonao. Yes, well played. The well-placed smash from from Mami Naito, and followed in so well by Shizuka Matsuo. they're definitely in best position with Naito smashing from the back and Matsuo backing her up, covering the net. That was nice. Players taking a drink, toweling down. It's 5-4 here in the third set of this women's doubles final. Well, these players must start to feel some relief when there's an unforced error or a return of smash that drifts just long like we saw a moment ago. Such hard work out there. Yes, there's another example. I think they're just grateful of the chance to recover some energy. This match already into the 75th minute. One of the longest matches we've seen so far this week, and it's no surprise really. Japan versus Japan, both pairs so closely and evenly matched in every respect. Close in the world rankings too. At 11 and 12. I find it quite interesting that there's not a lot of conversation between players during the rallies. Only once or twice have you heard a shout. Something like "come on," but I doubt it. I doubt they'd speak in English. Both pairs in Japanese, I'm not sure, but certainly in the men's doubles, we've seen the semi-finals here yesterday. A lot of noise going on between rallies, talking to your partner, encouraging, shouting, ensuring you know who's going to take what shot. Certainly in my men's doubles with my para badminton partner Dan, I'm always shouting and screaming at him. More an encouragement, of course, but That communication is so key. Perhaps these players are just so experienced, they know where their partner's going to be at all times. It certainly seems that way. These rallies just go on. And no complaints at all, of course. This is amazing to watch. Oh, good power from Naito again. But how do you penetrate this defense? I just don't know. Again, that very relaxed backhand. I haven't enjoyed watching that from Naito. That one did have the length, in fairness, but some of them have been a bit weak. Change of angle, the cross-court drop from Fukuman. Oh, brilliant. Yanao with the left leg jump out. She read that cross lift well. We see that so often in men's doubles, of course.
Men's over.
Great anticipation, but also great technique.
8.
Players toweling down again, taking another drink. That rally must have been a minute or two long. I wonder whether this is the longest match of the week so far. I'll see if I can find out. Certainly the longest match in yesterday's semi-finals was only a little over an hour. That was the mixed doubles between Wang Yilu and Chen Qingcheng and Sonoda and Fukuman, of all people. So she did play a match over an hour long yesterday in the semi-finals,
9-5.
as well as a match that lasted 49 minutes yesterday in the women's doubles semi-finals, coming through the Chinese, 21-17, 21-14. So I wonder whether Naoko Fukuman will show some signs of fatigue as we get towards the end of this women's doubles final. Certainly doesn't look to have any trouble at the moment. She's quite happy at the rear court. Well, Matsuo looking fairly shattered. That lift just drifting long and very long, in fact. That's clear. And yes, at 81st, 82nd minute already in this match at 9-6. I'm pretty certain we are into the longest match of the week. There was a men's singles that lasted an hour and a quarter in the first round, and a few games that lasted about the same, about 74, 75 minutes during the week. But we're not yet halfway through the third game here, and we're already into the 82nd minute, so very much the longest match of the week. And no surprise, really. Japanese teammates so evenly matched. And some of the longest rallies we've seen all week, of course, as well. Well, the change of ends, it's 11-6 to Naito and Matsuo. That unforced error from Yonao. Again, we saw quite a few in the first and second game, certainly the first half of the second game. But she's been playing well since then. I'm hoping she's able to maintain the level she's been playing at for the last half an hour or so, because it would be a shame to lose this match on unforced errors once you've got to this stage.
20 seconds.
Umpires clearing away the coaches. Interesting, Japan versus Japan, that there is still some competitive coaching going on. Some of these players out in Asia are actually representing their club and their district as much as representing their nation. Some of these players perhaps not national team players, but just high-level players in Japan and representing their club on occasion. So perhaps that's what we have here in front of us. Hard to tell with the Japanese writing on the shirts of Fukuman and Yonao, but nevertheless very evenly matched. Fantastic return of serve from Fukuman. That forehand drive deep into the rear court. Despite Naito's height, she wasn't able to get racket onto that. Oh, the change of angle, the cross-court smash from Naito was so well placed.
12-7.
You're now not able to retrieve it. Oh, that's unfortunate. But you'd have to call it an error from Matsuo in the mid-court.
8-12.
It was good pressure from Yonao and Fukuman. And Fukuman there looking very pumped up still as we come towards the end of this match. She's had quite a few hours of badminton played this week on this court. Oh, well reached from Fukuman. The intensity is so high still, I'm so surprised. 87th minute now. And all players still playing with such speed and power. It was a... Technically, it wasn't the best backhand drive in the world, but certainly very well placed. And with good speed that it caused Matsuo some problems. Well played that time, Yonao. Oh, well covered from Matsuo. Matsuo is still very much full of running. Yeah, good length in the defense. Not so much that time. It was Naito really. With the cross-court lift, that wasn't deep enough. The smash was strong and it was Matsuo who was under pressure. So all it takes sometimes is one lift or clear to be slightly short, and it might not be the next shot that kills you, but 3 or 4 after that. Maintaining pressure at this sort of level, this sort of consistency, these players are so used to noticing when there's that small chance that they can exploit. Well, we're into another marathon rally. I'm starting to wonder how all 4 of these players are still standing, if I'm honest. It's getting close to an hour and a half now. And this rally just typical of the rallies we've seen so far in this match. Momentum swings 8, 9, 10 times in these rallies that are lasting more than 2 or 3 minutes. And it was a well-placed smash from Naito. The trajectory, really, the angle actually hit that with
13-10.
caused Fukuman some problems, and it was too steep. 13-10 now. 3 points the advantage, but still quite some way to go yet. I said yesterday in the women's singles, sometimes it's like a competition for power between some of these players. It almost feels like some kind of heavyweight boxing match with opponents exchanging blows. And the unforced error this time from Matsuo from the rear court.
11-13.
Fukuman, and you're now just closing the gap now to 2 points. Yeah, that shot simply looked tired. Good defense from Matsuo and a great net shot to set up her partner. And a well-placed smash. Yonao again
14.
with the error. Not unforced, I would say, this time. Just an error in defense. Wasn't able to keep the shuttle in court. The smash was well placed onto her hip. Well played, Matsuo, maintaining the mid-court pressure.
15-11.
It's Mami Naito to serve at 15-11. Two good smashes from Fukuman, but great defense from Matsuo. Oh. Well, this is unbelievable, really. Well over an hour and a half we've been playing now, and this kind of rally is just typical of this match. Although there were a few more powerful smashes earlier on in the match. Oh, the pressure was too much for Shizuka Matsuo in the end.
12-15.
That drive down the left side of her body and then the change of angle to the right side, she couldn't react quick enough. It was a shame, and just 3 points the lead now for Matsuo and Naito. The clash of rackets in the middle there between Yonao and Fukuman.
16-12.
Haven't seen that for half an hour or so. That attack between the two players, just causing some communication problems. Oh, well played, Matsuo, dominating at the net. The change of angle from left to right. And you're now asking for the court to be mopped. 5 points the lead, and just 4 points to close the match out. This will be the first time that Matsuo and Naito have beaten Fukuman and Yonao, if it goes that far. Naito with the mishit. She was trying to create some angles with her defense. She's got away with it this time. Great timing, Matsuo, with the footwork, covering that slow drop. You're now going for the safe option until she saw her opportunity, but she wasn't able to put it away. Oh, and the drop shot was too soft. But at this time, Matsuo wasn't able to put that one away. And the rally goes on and on. Clears now, it's like a game of half-court singles. Great backhand from Yonao. Chance to assert some pressure, but Naito was even to it. The great cross-court backhand from Matsuo. But again, these players have seen this all before. And the mistake from Yonao. Unforced again on the smash. No need after a rally like that really to go for it so tight, but go for it she did. Trying to win the match or win the point with one shot in the end. You can't blame her really. These rallies going on for so long, somebody has to go for something, but the way she's been playing today, she's made 11 or 12 unforced errors. I think if she wins only half of those points, they'd be leading in this match. The error again, this time from Yonao.
19-12.
At 19-12, it's well within reach now for Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Naito. They just need to hold it together. Oh, great defense. Just to get some string onto that was quite impressive, and the rally goes on. Fukuman and Yonao clinging on to this final right now. Oh, but again, Yonao with the unforced error. I'm sorry to say it, but Karumi Yonao has made too many mistakes today. And if I'm fair, Shizuka Matsuo and Mami Naito will deserve to win this game on that basis. 20-12, they have 8 match points. A short serve from Matsuo to the tee. We've seen that so many times today already. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, well played, Matsuo. And there it is. Matsuo with the smash. Mami Naito able to step forward, close it out with the forehand kill. And well played, Matsuo and Naito. They deserved that women's doubles final. It was an epic final. Over 100 minutes, 103rd minute we were into. And they fully deserve that. Confirmation of the result then, the women's doubles final here at the Swiss Open 2016. It's Shizuka, Matsuo and Naito that take the win. 21-16, 12-21, 21-12 in 102 minutes. Well played, Japan. Well played, both pairs, in fairness. What a final that was.
Liebe Zuschauerinnen und Zuschauer, Siegerehrung im Damendoppel. Ladies and gentlemen, prize giving ceremony of the ladies doubles. Die Siegerehrung wird durchgeführt. The prizes are given by Christian Wackenagel, President of the Organizing Committee, and Robert de Kock, President of Swiss Badminton. Die Pokale wurden gestiftet von, the trophies are sponsored by Glastechnik Werner Rahm. Die Taschenmesser wurden gesponsert. The knives are sponsored by Victorinox.
Well, what an epic women's doubles final we've just witnessed. Over an hour long, sorry, over 100 minutes long, 103 minutes. We were into an hour 43. Quite unbelievable, and both Japanese pairs making their way to the presentation area to pick up their medals and prize money. There we've got Robert de Kock, President of Swiss Badminton, presenting the trophies to first Fukuman and second Yonao. Fukuman looking quite upset, in fairness. And Christian Wackenagel, President of the Swiss Open Organizing Committee, presenting to Kurumi Yonao. And here comes our winners.
Mami Naito and Shizuka Matsuo. They take their glass trophies and very beautiful looking silver jugs, I guess. Their names are engraved on that for life. Their names go down in history. And of course they pick up the prize money of $9,480 US between them. And that's the first time they have beaten Yonao and Fukuman. The head-to-head now stands at 3-1. And they'll be very pleased with themselves, I've no doubt at all. Up next, of course, we've got the men's singles final. We'll be back very shortly with HS Pranoy and Mark Zwiebler, who have more than likely been warming up for 45 or so minutes longer than they might have been. So men's singles up next. So soon on court, we'll have the men's singles final here at the Swiss Open 2016. It's HS Pranoy of India and Mark Zwiebler of Germany. We can see how they've come through their quarterfinals so far. It's been a fantastic week of men's singles. Mark Zwiebler in fine form this week. He took out the top seed here, Chu Tien Chen, in the quarterfinal. That was an epic match, 3 sets, 21-19 in the third. He really clung in there well when Chu Tien Chen was looking so dominant, but the defense of Zwiebler was unreal. Pranoy came through that amazing semi-final yesterday. So close it was against Xu Wei Wang. 23-21 in the deciding third game. And so both players have been through some incredible matches so far this week.
Please welcome from India, HS Pranoy.